Namaste, Dandavat Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Viṣṇu Pad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 3, the Status Quo, Chapter 8, Text 24. Vrikshamshi Pantam Parito Paladre Sanjabra Niver Ururukma Mordna Ratno Dadharasu Sadi Samanasya Vano Shrajo Venu Bhujangri Pangre. The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is so very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountain's waterfalls, herbs, etc., with panorama flowers, seem like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower garlands, mock the scene on the mountain. Purport. The panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder, may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. Text 25. Ayamato Vishtaratas Famana Dehena Loka Traya Sangrahena Vichitra Divya Paranam Shukanam Vritastriya Pashrita Vaishadeham. His transcendental body, unlimited in length and breadth, occupied the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. His body was self-illuminated by unparalleled dress and variegatedness, and was properly ornamented. Purport. The length and breadth of his transcendental body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead could only be measured by his own measurement, because he is all-pervading throughout the complete cosmic manifestation. The beauty of material nature is due to his personal beauty, yet he is always magnificently dressed and ornamented to prove his transcendental variegatedness, which is so important in the advancement of spiritual knowledge. Text 26. Kumsham svakamaya viviktamargar abhyarchatam kama dugangri padmam pradarshayantam kripaya nakindu mayuka binanguli charupatram. The Lord showed his lotus feet by raising them. His lotus feet are the source of all awards achieved by devotional service, free from material contamination. Such awards are for those who worship him in pure devotion. The splendor of the transcendental rays from his moon-like toenails and fingernails appeared like the petals of a flower. Purport. The Lord fulfills the desires of everyone just as one desires. Pure devotees are interested in achieving the transcendental service of the Lord, which is non-different from him. Therefore, the Lord is the only desire of the pure devotees, and devotional service is the only spotless process for achieving his favor. Srila Rupa Goswami says in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.11 that pure devotional service is Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam. Pure devotional service is without any tinge of speculative knowledge and fruitive activities. Such devotional service is able to award the pure devotee the highest result, namely direct association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. According to the Gopala Tapani Upanishad, the Lord showed one of the many thousands of petals of his lotus feet. It is said, Brahmano sav navartam me jata stuta parardante. So budhyata gopavesho me purashtat avirbhabuva. After penetrating for millions of years, Lord Brahma could understand the transcendental form of the Lord as Sri Krishna in the dress of a cowherd boy, and thus he recorded his experience in the Brahma Samhita in the famous prayer Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Text 27. Mukhena lokarti harasmitena parisvarat kundala manditena sonayi tenhadhara bimbabasa pratihara hayantam sunashena subhra. He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows. Purport. Devotional service to the Lord is very much obliging to him. There are many transcendentalists in different fields of spiritual activities, but devotional service to the Lord is unique. Devotees do not ask anything from the Lord in exchange for their service. Even the most desirable liberation is refused by devotees, although offered by the Lord. Thus, the Lord becomes a kind of debtor to the devotees, and he can only try to repay the devotees' service with his ever-enchanting smile. The devotees are ever satisfied by the smiling face of the Lord, and they become enlivened. And by seeing the devotees so enlivened, the Lord himself is further satisfied. So there is continuous transcendental competition between the Lord and his devotees by such reciprocation of service and acknowledgement. Text 28. Kadamba kinjalka pishanga bhasa spalankrutame kalaya nitambe arena chananta dhanena vatsa srivatsa vaksha stala vallabena. O my dear Vidura, the Lord's waist was covered with yellow cloth resembling the saffron dust of the kadamba flower, and it was encircled by a well-decorated belt. His chest was decorated with the Srivatsa marking and a necklace of unlimited value. Text 29. Arhardya Keyura Mani Praveka Aryasta Dordanda Sahasra Shakam Avyaktamulam Bhuvanan Gripendram Ahindra Bogar Adhivita Valsam. As a sandalwood tree is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches, the Lord's body was decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. He was the self-situated tree, the Lord of all others in the universe. And as sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so the Lord's body was also covered by the hoods of Ananta. Purport. The word avyakta mulam is significant here. Generally, no one can see the roots of a tree, but as far as the Lord is concerned, he is the root of himself, because there is no other separate cause of his standing but himself. In the Vedas, it is said that the Lord is Svasraya Shraya. He is his own support, and there is no other support for him. Therefore, Avyakta means the Supreme Lord and no one else. Text 30. Charha Charuka Bhagavan Mahedram Ahindra Bandhum Salilo Pagodam Kirita Sahasra Hiranya Shringam Avir Bhavat Kaustubha Ratna Garbham. Like a great mountain, the Lord stands as the abode for all moving and non-moving living entities. He is the friend of the snakes because Lord Ananta is his friend. As a mountain has thousands of golden peaks, so the Lord was seen with thousands of golden helmeted hoods of Ananta Naga. And as a mountain is sometimes filled with jewels, so also his transcendental body was fully decorated with valuable jewels. As a mountain is sometimes submerged in the ocean water, so the Lord is sometimes submerged in the water of devastation. Text 31. Nivittam amannaya madhu vratashriya svakirti maya vanamalaya harim suryandu vayagnyagam tridhambi parikramat pradhani karjurasdam. Lord Brahma, thus looking upon the Lord in the shape of a mountain, concluded that he was Hari, the personality of Godhead. He saw that the garland of flowers on his chest glorified him with Vedic wisdom in sweet songs and looked very beautiful. He was protected by the Sudarshan wheel for fighting, and even the sun, moon, air, fire, etc. could not have access to him. Text 32. Arhyeva tanha bishara sarojam atmanam ambasvasanam vyachcha dadharsha devo jagato vidhatta tatha param loka visharga drishti. When Lord Brahma, the maker of the universal destination, thus saw the Lord, he simultaneously glanced over creation. Lord Brahma saw the lake and Lord Viṣṇu's navel and the lotus flower, as well as the devastating water, the drying air, and the sky. All became visible to him. Text 33. Sakarma bijam rajaso parakta rajasishrikshan iyad eva drishtva astad vishargabhimukastam idyam avyakta vartmanyabi veshitatma. Lord Brahma, thus being surcharged with the mode of passion, became inclined to create, and after seeing the 5 causes of creation indicated by the personality of Godhead, he began to offer his respectful prayers on the path of the creative mentality. Even if one is in the material mode of passion to create something in the world, he has to take shelter of the Supreme for the necessary energy. This is the purport. Even if one is in the material mode of passion to create something in the world, he has to take shelter of the Supreme for the necessary energy. That is the path of the successful termination of any attempt. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 3rd canto, 8th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakaśāyī Viṣṇu. And thus ends our reading for today. We'll continue from chapter 9, Brahma's prayers for creative energy, on Wednesday. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev, Srila Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Rupa Nuga Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the worldwide devotees, Sama Bhakti Veda Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Navadvita Ki Jai, Nrsimhapali Dham Ki Jai, Navadvita Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju Ki Jai, Ganga Mahi, Yamuna Mahi Ki Jai, Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Giri Govardhan, Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai, Shyam Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai, Tulsi Devi, Bhakti Devi, Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Jai Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute ki jai, Scientific Sankirtan ki jai, Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Institute ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol, Jai Shrimati Uma Devi Dasi ki jai, Hari Bol.
Sripad Krishna Keshav Prabhu ki jai.
Pranam. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.